This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined over Zoom by Rackaracka, Michael and Danny Filippo. How are we doing, guys?
Hello, hello, hello. We're good. How's it going, Fred?
It's good, it's good. I'll say we are doing this again for a second time. But the good thing is, I don't plan interviews. And I completely forgotten our old interview. So we like to make brand new again.
Can we talk about that for a second? Why did you feel the last interview was inadequate? It wasn't adequate. Fred can't even remember the interview. That's how boring it was. I was exhausted. I had COVID, and then we were doing the interview, and I don't remember a thing from it as well. And then Fred sent me a link to it, and I was looking at it. I'm like, I'm out of it. I was a zombie. So I was like, Fred, now you're not going to shut the up. Like, that's going to be the difference in this interview. Well, you're the one having the Red Bull. Maybe you want to shut the up. All right?
All right, thanks getting my video demonetized straight away. Just because your stuff demonetized.
You beat for the first 3 minutes. Dude, if you have Rackaracka in the title, you're already going to be demonetized.
Right, okay. I have to figure out how to sort that title issue out. But in the last weeks, we last caught up. How you guys been?
We've been good. We've been good. We just landed in Los Angeles yesterday, and I left my passport and my driver's license and everything at the airport, and the airport doesn't have it. It's all gone. So I need to get an emergency passport. Yeah. That's how I've been. How have you been?
Michael, did you leave your passport there, or was it safe in your hands?
No, it's a thing Danny and I both thought. We put something down and instantly forget where we put it. Yeah. Like a really bad short-term memory. Like I lost mine in Indonesia just a few months ago. So, but I've got mine now. Yeah, I don't have mine at the moment. And like we start our press tour for our film tomorrow. And so we're meant to leave the US and go overseas in like 6 days. And I don't have a passport, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. We'll let them figure it out.
There's quite a common thing. You leave passports, but you're going to have a kind of press tour in the UK, aren't you? A screening over here. Any idea when that might be?
Yeah. Look at it. I think Fred was...
I can't wait. I'm excited.
No. Fred, we said you're not invited. You're not invited, mate. I don't know why you keep saying you're not invited, Fred. No, let me have a look here. We are there. We get in on the 2nd of July, and the premiere is on the 7th. It's on the 7th. No, the private screening with the UK the Simon screening. Yes, I'm not sure about that yet. I know that. Yeah, we'll have to wait to hear. It's all very last minute, but the actual premiere, the UK premiere is on the 7th. So you can come to that, and then we'll also try to do another screening with the Sidemen. Whoever's watching this right now is like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I want to say, we've made a film called Talk to Me, and we're doing a press tour for the film.
There we go. Perfect. Back on track. Michael's face in the background. Cracking me up. It's A24 Studios. Everyone I've told or mentioned the film, which I'm like, oh, it's A24. You know about film. They always find that very, very impressive. That's kind of the top caliber studio, isn't it? A24. Yes, A24 is prestigious. The most prestigious distributor right now. Like and company, they just won every like Academy Award this year for Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Whale with Brendan Fraser. They're making big moves. And then they've got us, and now they're going to go straight down. No. Yeah, I don't know why they got that. They're like they're very creator led. Like they don't like put their hands in like change everyone's visions and stuff. I think they're like a really, really filmmaker friendly studio. And I couldn't think of because there was other companies bidding for, because we got into a film festival, Sundance, right? And then there was other companies bidding for it for the rights to put the movie in cinema. But they were the ones that were like, oh, that's the biggest stream. You would never imagine A24 like approaching you and there was going to be a bigger offer from another studio, but we still went with A24 because we love them so much. It was such an honor that they reached out. It was crazy. But do you think perhaps we'll use this analogy here? We'll call it getting the Jake Paul treatment. So like in boxing, a lot of people give Jake Paul a lot of stick and a lot of kind of hate, and don't call him a professional boxer because he's a YouTuber first. So he has to prove himself even more to prove he's a professional boxer, even though he is. Do you think you guys have that same sort of treatment in the film industry, how you're YouTubers first, and you may have been looked down upon, and you kind of had to work double as hard because you came from that aspect of YouTube?
Yeah, I think there was a bit of that when we first got announced that we had funding in the Australian film industry. I think some people were a bit like, why'd you give funding to those guys? And then but you just prove it with the product, I guess. We just prove it with the product. Yeah, there's a weird stigma about being a YouTuber. It's fading though. Yeah, it's fading now because the YouTuber is doing bigger things than the mainstream. Like Prime is bigger. Then it's like taking over all the energy drinks. Nelk are doing now. They're doing stuff with the UFC and stuff, and they're killing it. Like there's so many Mr. Beast, like with his Mr. Beast bar and all his philanthropy, like it's overtaken everything. And so that weird stigma that like, oh, you're a YouTuber is kind of like this generation now.
Everyone's
breaking out as well. Fred Talks Fighting is breaking out. He's breaking out now. He's redoing. I'm trying to remember my answer from the last interview we did, but you made us redo this. I can't remember anything from it. Even Fred. Maybe you should have done a more memorable answer. You know, then you'd remember it as well. Look at you trying to wear red to impress Fred. Look, I've got red hair as well.
Oh wow! Wow, you really are dedicated, aren't you, Danny? Michael, Danny felt Danny felt so bad about having to do the interview again. He had dyed his hair red.
Yeah, and it looks horrendous. He looks like the Riddler. No, look, I lost the bet and I had to put the red hair in. I'll put this back on. No, you was like, oh, Fred, interview, I've got to make it up to him. What the mate? It was I lost a bet. But look,
what bet was this?
We play Uno for stakes. And we have a match coming up with Mr. Beast for 100 grand in Uno. And he will fall. He will fall. But yeah, like
revenge, not repeat this time, because you lost to Mr. Beast before in a challenge in a while back.
I did. I lost a Mr. Beast video. I lost the Lamborghini in that, and I also lost to him in Uno last time I was in Los Angeles. He slapped me up, and it will be returned. Hair, you're losing at life. Like, do something, man, dude. You make us redo interviews, just a lose all around. Why don't you shut up, Fred?
Oh, that's funny. I can't believe you're wearing a hat. You should flex that red hair. You'll probably get recognized more. Right?
Look, you're right. I don't need to be. I'll put it back on. Look, no, I'm gonna leave it off. I'm gonna leave it off. Fred enjoys it. Oh man, I had such a good evil joke, but I just can't say it. Yeah, don't have some control for yourself. Why don't you dye your hair red, Fred?
Well, it's my suit and tie. It's the uniform.
No, you need to commit. Yeah, you're not committing right now. Hey, look, he's got the red gloves, the red glove, the blonde hair.
It's a really bad background, isn't it? I need to update it. Imagine 3 years doing this. He's the same background.
No, wait, but I'm confused at your door handle. Oh yeah, what is that?
It's a cupboard.
Oh! And there's red in there too, and blue. Red and blue.
Yeah. Well, I live in Manchester, but I'm down in London today, so that's why we got all my old clothes there.
Sorry, let me just say, you think this interview is better? This is like playing I Spy for the last 10 minutes. Hey, what's that? What is that? Can you tell us what that is behind you? There's like a framed picture. What's that? Tell us about that, Fred.
That's a McGregor Mayweather plaque, or a little photo of it. Back in 2017.
Oh shit! Look at you. So this interview that doesn't exist, the last one, there was this talk about a upcoming event in Australia. Was it? Yeah. What upcoming event? Wasn't there? No? What are you talking about?
I think what Michael means is the KSI vs Space Temper card that happened in January was meant to happen in Australia, the Misfits card. Is that what you're trying to mention?
Yes. And there's potentially another card?
Well, next year, Misfits are going to go to Australia. What Mams has told.
What date?
I don't know. I did tell Mams to message you, actually. I did text him. Did he ever reach out to you?
You don't have that much power, Fred, because we haven't heard anything.
Oh, really? I texted him. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I know, Michael. Oh, okay, I'll chase him up for you. No, but next year, Misfits can have a show in Australia, and that's the one where you'll be fighting on, Michael.
Well, yeah, we were saying, because I was going to do another one, because I want to do one more fight, at least one more fight, and I was going to do it in 2021, but COVID stuff everything fell through. But if there's one in Australia, I'll fight on that card. Because I want to do one more. Well, that's like the perfect thing. It's like, it's in Australia. How can you not? But they don't want you to. They haven't reached out. Right. Well, ma'ams, I'm here. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, I remember this part of the interview last time. Us asking why you haven't been fighting.
Well, Mams, he has reached out to me. But clearly not to you guys yet. But that's okay. I'm sure I'll get to you guys in a few days, Michael. Yeah, I want to get on this YouTube.
Waiting for ma'am. Sorry, let him talk.
I want to get the kind of the. I'll have to meet you guys when I'm asking the question. I know how to do that before for a guest. Very interesting. I want to get this interview. Why are you laughing? I want to get this interview.
You're laughing. You're like Fred, mate, you're on edge, mate. Calm down, Fred. It's okay.
I want to get this interviewing scene on lock first. I want to set up a podcast on another channel, build the podcast up, build this channel up, and then maybe look into that. But I'll get this kind of interviewing scene on lock first. I haven't managed to do that yet.
You can
plug this stuff on
the biggest push of a fight, our podcast would be you winning a fight and then shouting out your podcast on the stream would go off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that is a good shout. I have thought of that. But the amount of time you take, I'm sure Michael knows this. Like Michael didn't eat. I remember the video of him with Judd after his fight against Scarce, where he chucked the Malteser in his mouth. And now Michael was like, that's the first time I've had chocolate in 6 months. Like that's an example of how much you have to kind of put away to fight. Like 6 months of your life put away.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like when you're doing it, you don't want to really be doing anything else. Like
you can't half-ass it, sort of thing.
Yeah, you can't half-ass it, and it's like training twice a day, and it's like it's exhausting. And then like for me, it was like when it was daunting as well because I was fighting Skess, who's 6'3", who he came in how he came in for the fight. But I was sparring 6'3" guys and I'm 5, like, what am I, 5'7"?
You're 4'2".
I'm 4'2". And like, so everyone's really tall. So every time I had to go sparring twice a week, it was like daunting to go there because I was just getting the shit beaten out of me by these massive guys. But then you learn how to fight them and how to attack like the bigger guys. And it was just exhausting, and like I couldn't focus on anything else. It was kind of like training, sleep, watching stuff, and then training again. So yeah, I understand. But you know what you could do? What would be awesome for your podcast? You start a podcast and it's like this background, and you're talking about you're about to go fight, and it's live streamed. And then you get up and you walk out, and it's a set, and then you're backstage at the event, and then you do a podcast while you're walking to the ring.
How would that work? How would you do a podcast when you walk into the ring?
You just be talking as you're walking to the ring. You have like a little lapel on your shorts or whatever. And then in between rounds, you sit down and you talk to the fan. You hit me on a good couple, and then do like a podcast like that.
I mean, that would go viral.
It goes so viral. And then people would be like, what the f-? Like, and then they'd go and after the event, because I'll see you filming and talking to a camera, and they'll ask about it.
I'm really exhausted at this one.
Oh, I just got knocked out. I went to the hospital.
I really should have focused on the fight instead of doing this stupid live stream. No, that's an awesome idea.
When you're in the ambulance, on the way to the hospital, you're still talking.
Yeah, you're still talking. How great would that be? Everyone would want to watch that.
I would watch it.
It's like people want to know what happens backstage. You just show it. You're doing a podcast.
It's a dumb but good idea. It's good in a weird, dumb way,
As long as you win. Well, I guess if you lose, it will go viral at the same time. But for Michael, were you more nervous before these wrestling events or your boxing fight? How did it kind of weigh up?
Well, so for the boxing one, I remember arriving at the event, looking through the curtains, and there's so many people there. I was like, God damn, there's a lot of people here. And then I'm looking on Instagram, and all our friends and families like, oh, you mate. And I was like, oh man. And like, I looked, they had these ambulances on standby. and I just felt sick, and I went, because I didn't know what Scarce, like, no one had seen any training footage of anyone. Like no one knew what you were walking into at all. I remember being backstage and everyone in my corner, because it's like blue corner, red corner, everyone in my corner was losing. So you'd see like people doing their warm-up pads, go out, and then come back in, they've lost. I'm like, my corner's cursed. Like everyone's losing. And then who was that was on there? FaZe Sensei, right? FaZe Sensei. He was in our corner and he came back and he won. I was like, oh, okay, good. It's not like a cursed corner. And I was really nervous. Same as the wrestling event. I feel really nervous, and you kind of don't want to be there a little bit. And then once the music hits, all that disappears. And then it's just excited. And it's like the same mentality. It's like, I want to go in swinging or get knocked out. That's it. Let's go. And then you're like, let's go. And then you all that fear disappears. That's what it was for me anyway.
Okay, yeah, I can understand. Once it gets going, you all kind of get into it. But how come it was always you taking the hits in the career of YouTube Rackaracka? How come it was always you, Michael, taking the punches?
Actually, now, Fred, let's calm down here. What happened was I shoot all of the Racka stuff and I direct it. Michael's really bad behind the camera, right? And then I wanted to do a wrestling match with Michael, like the live wrestling events. He's like, no, you need to film it. You need to film it because I've got a certain way of filming. So I always do it, but then I versed Michael in a wrestling match. Check it out. It's called Racka versus Racka. And I go on a little harder now. I'll take a couple of hits in there.
So do you want to hear the real answer now? Danny, when we were kids, you used to go hard, right? For the barbed line stuff when we were kids. But that kind of faded away a little bit.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, it did. And now, Danny, I remember before we did the first live wrestling event where we invited all our fans and we were going really hard. It was like a few days before that, we were going to film this other video with this big wrestling stunt, a suplex off a ladder into tables. And Danny's like, yeah, I'll do it. Because I didn't want to get injured before the event. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we're like, okay, sweet. And then when it came time to do it, he starts making excuses about the camera. Oh, you sure you're gonna be able to cover it, bro?
No, this is the thing.
I was like, I'll do the fucking stunt.
No.
Michael,
Michael's so bad at filming. He'll be like filming the floor and not even filming. The lens cap will be on. He'll be like, all right, rolling. And then I'm like, Michael, you're gonna screw up the shot. Because he set up 3 other shots that day and missed all of them. He's awful at the camera.
You're really angry. You're turning red.
It's quite impressive that Michael
eyebrows now.
It's quite impressive that Michael managed to get signed to A24 Studios, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It was great.
Let's put it this way. I did write the film. He didn't. He missed a week of pre-production.
Fred does love fighting because he's
fighting a fight. No, you listen here, Fred.
No. You listen here, Danny.
No, you listen here, Michael. Right.
All right. I guess carry on. Let's just talk about the movie. I'm quite curious.
Wait.
No, you wait a second.
Just wait 1 second here. Fred, Australian card. You fight?
I'm getting all the way back here. What? So both of us are on the card, Michael, in Australia.
Yeah.
And then we'll organize the set for you. So we'll recreate this set backstage, and we'll organize.
And then you can be podcast interviewing me, and then go out.
Dude, if you do that thing,
and I'll come out with you.
It'll go so viral. It'll go viral, Fred.
You got to think outside the box, Fred.
Yeah, stop thinking the box, Fred.
We'll have to think. There's a lot of moving parts to it. There's a lot of variables.
We'll look after that for you.
What do I think? We don't want to commit ourselves to too many things. But for the Rackaracka videos, see how good we're moving on. For the Rackaracka videos, who did all the clearing up? Because I remember for some videos, it would get very, very messy. I remember I was watching them back in the day, and my mum would come over and watch a bit of it. And she'd say, Fred, who's going to do that clearing up? Because the house was such a mess after. Was it like a team effort? Or was just one of you did the clearing up? So it would get quite crazy.
It was like, we'd all be so excited to get there and film, and so excited when we were destroying the house. And then everyone had to like finish the video, and they were like, all right, time to clean up. And it was always the worst part. Was like everyone just band together and start cleaning up the house.
I remember once, I feel bad, we let this bomb off in the house. Poor dad. It was at our dad's house. We let this like little bomb off with this like little cream canister thing. And after the explosion went off, we looked, and it was like there was a little hole in the roof. Like, oh, the canister went through the roof. I'm like, oh, that's all right. Patched up the roof. And then a few months later, we're sitting down talking, and there was like dripping like from the ceiling. We look up, and the whole roof sagging because the canister didn't just go through the ceiling. It went through like the roof tiles. And then when it was raining, it like went into the roof, and the whole roof started sagging. We had to fix the whole roof, put a new roof in because the whole house was about to collapse.
Yes, it's true. We used to fuck.
So we did group clean, but not very well.
Yeah. Now back to your fight, Fred.
Well, we can talk about it at the screening, can't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Which one? The Sidemen private screening,
which may not be happening. Who knows?
Or the screening that because he's not invited to the really private, exclusive one apparently.
Danny, you should be able to go though if your passport missing.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have to. Yeah, my team are figuring that out. I don't know.
Oh my god! Shout out to Nico.
Who's Nico?
The YouTuber.
Oh, Nico. Oh, yeah, we love Nico. Nico actually flew out and watched our film early in February. He came to the Berlin Film Festival.
Came to Berlin.
Because we got it into the Berlin Film Festival. He flew out there and watched it with us. Just so nice of him. How awesome.
Yes. NDL. Is that what it is? NDL? The squad? NDL squad?
You don't even know what you're talking about.
No, I like Nico. He shouted out the channel and got it started almost. When it was low subscribers, he shouted out a big boost. Yeah. I'll put a clip now of when he was shouting it out.
Big up, Fred Talks Fighting. we love Fred Talks Fighting, so you better subscribe.
But no, I love Nico. He's great.
You've got a lot of support in the community. You know, you're a good guy. You're a good guy, Fred. People support you. They want you to succeed.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. I'm quite curious though on this question though. You could on the Rackaracka channel. Do you think if YouTube never demonetized you, stopped you from uploading so many videos, do you think you'd be making this film?
Probably not.
Really? You'd be still making videos on the channel?
It was always our end goal to make a film, but the YouTube stuff was so fun and we got so carried away with it. And it was just the greatest thing ever to like this really quick output of like shoot, edit, upload, instant gratification, shoot, edit, upload, instant gratification. And then once that sort of went away and then we started getting like videos removed and demonetized and we like made no money and we were so broke, it was like the motivation to be like, okay, we need to do something else to survive. And it was like, yeah,
well, it's like really fast moving. The YouTube stuff, you see the growth like instantly, you know, doing a script, like a feature script, it takes so much time and there's no like, you know, support from like your fans and things like that. Whereas the videos, you see the growth and you see everything moves and you get invited to places, you know, you're like going, traveling, coming up with ideas and you can just turn around quickly, you know, the script stuff so much longer. And that was the original goal. We kind of just fell into YouTube. But when if we didn't get kind of pushed out, we probably would still be, you know, doing the YouTube stuff.
Yeah,
so
like, it was just
yeah, it's very addictive. I think like
it was a blessing in disguise.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm. And which video out of the whole of the kind of Rackaracka videos is your favorite to film? Which project?
Oh shit. Oh.
You gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
Okay.
Probably Marvel vs. DC.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when we first had some financing behind us. We were able to build sets for the first time and do wire work for the first time. And it was the first time we like sort of crossed over and we're like, oh, look what we can actually accomplish when we've got other resources added. It was like the first step towards proper filmmaking. So I'd say Marvel vs. DC.
There was a live stream we did, a fake live stream we did once. It's like a 40-something minute video where we live stream like behind the scenes of a stunt. And then I'm dressed as Ronald going up on this crane, and then the stunt all screws up, and then we shot it over. It was like over
5 days.
Yeah, over a week, right? And it took like a month to prep. But we edited it to look like one shot, like it was an actual live stream. And we started off really realistic, and then slowly started making it more outrageous, you know, as it went along. And the people watching, that was the funnest thing to like live stream, because we were live streaming a screen recording of this video we edited, and everyone thought it was happening at the time. So you see people like engaging with it in real time, and then it slowly gets more unrealistic. Like, so at the beginning it's like an injury, then it's like, oh, we've cut someone off on the road and they're following us, and then we get T-boned in the car, like, and then someone gets kidnapped, and then at the end it's like a monster tearing apart policemen. And then you see that the comments go like exploding when those big moments happen. So that was like the funnest thing I can remember, like watching.
Oh yeah, that's sort of like the film as well. When you put so much effort and work into one thing, one big project, and then like watching it pay off with an audience is like so rewarding. Yeah.
You had your manager over at the time to watch that, didn't you? At the time.
Oh yeah. Shit, Fred really watched the videos.
Even when you were talking before about the eating of the chocolate Judd, like you mentioned Judd.
Oh yeah,
who's Judd, Fred?
Your stunt coordinator back in the day.
Oh wow!
So how long have you been watching us for, Fred?
Years. You guys are my favorite YouTubers. Everyone I've interviewed. Yeah.
Oh my god! I didn't know that.
Oh my god! Wow.
That's so awesome.
That's back in the day. Yeah. Wait, what did you say?
I said we got a stalker.
You got a stalker.
No, I really appreciate that.
That's so
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because I remember the last interview as well. He asked about Blue Bear, which is like such a small thing in the Rackavids. And then you asked that we used to hide a little blue bear for your audience, like in Racker videos, like it was a childhood bear. We'd hide it in the backgrounds of things. The audience would spot it out, and we hid that bear in Talk to Me as well. So there's a scene where the bear is hidden. So keep an eye out for it. Keep your wits about it.
I know, it does sound pretty good. We'll ask lots of little nitty-gritty questions now. I'm always curious about. In your last fight, Michael, you have a friend called Tim who's an MMA fighter. I remember you shouted him out to kind of get the UFC's attention. How's Tim doing, the MMA fighter, your friend? Did he ever make it to the UFC in the day?
Tim's about to fight for a title.
He's about to fight for the title belt in Australia. So he's got a title fight on the 2nd of July or something like that.
Yeah, he had an injury with his eye.
Yes.
Like something happened to his eye. And it kind of put him out of the game for a while, which really sucks. But he's still undefeated, and he's coming back now and fighting for the title in the local scene. And his friend, Brando, who's our friend as well, he's currently training with Izzy.
Oh, wow. Okay, sick.
And he will be fighting in the UFC next year, I reckon I said.
Well,
hopefully next year. Brando, the Balkan Bear. You'll know him. You'll know him.
Bear, yeah.
Bear.
So they're both still coming up. Tim and the Balkan Bear.
Speaking of that, last time we were talking about you interviewing Ariel.
Yes.
Ariel Hawani. We had a little mention on the Ariel Hawani show recently.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if you've not sure if you were aware.
Izzy
wasn't it when you guys met Izzy the other day, and then he shouted you out on the show?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it was so cool.
I was like, oh, and then he's like, the Rackaracka, and then Ariel was like, who?
He had no fucking idea.
Yeah. But you guys can still do a little bit of work. You guys clearly still got a little bit of work to do then.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, well, we haven't crossed over yet. We're not MMA fighters. Maybe we gotta,
maybe we have to beat up Fred and
tag Ariel Hawani.
That'd be fun. I mean, it'd be great. I find it really funny. That'd be hilarious. One other thing I do want to ask about. Richie, what's Richie up to these days?
Richard Sandham, he's getting into music. His partner Nyasa just released her first couple of singles, so she's getting into music as well. But he's like wanting to get into music, so that he's like a music couple.
Yeah, he's not so much into the YouTube stuff. Anymore. He kind of fell out of it like we did. But
is that another UFO? What is that? Is that it, dude? There's UFOs flying over fucking.
Daddy, that's a plane. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No.
You see the tail at the end? It's a plane.
What happened? Is that plane? Sorry about that. There's aliens flying over LA.
Man,
do you believe
that dyed hair is really getting to your brain cells, isn't it?
I'm telling you, but there's aliens out there, Fred. Have you seen any aliens in your time, Fred?
No, I saw your story yesterday, though, I think, and everybody had the UFO on.
Oh yeah, that one was weird.
What was that? Explain it. Do you know?
No, I wasn't there. It looked like some little kind of white thing in the sky, and that's all it was.
The next one, we got a photo of it before it started shining like that. It was like a little aircraft. I'm telling you, it's weird.
Have you noticed? Sorry, this is probably nothing to do with anything, but how the UFO stuff's really picked up and the mainstream's talking about
this thing. What is that?
That's a stain on your phone.
Look at that fucking aircraft in the sky.
Yeah, it does look like one of those kind of spheres, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's like a hot air balloon.
It was an alien.
You guys ever been to Area 51?
I did. I'm actually shooting a documentary of Netflix about it. Because they're doing a documentary on the storming of Area 51. I went to that event to storm it with the Naruto run and clap some alien cheeks. So I was there.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. That's on Left and Red channel, though.
No, different.
Someone started a thing last year, a Facebook page.
Last year? It was 2019.
Right. To storm one and clap alien cheeks or something. It went really viral.
Do you remember that?
Do you remember that?
No, I remember everyone storming Area 51 or being by the gates. I don't remember this part though.
That was it. So it was like a viral event that happened, and then I'm like, thousands of people are gonna go storm Area 51. So I flew out there, and when I got there, no one was there, and no one was storming it. They're all like,
no, because 30 nerds rocked up. So they do the Naruto run. I was supposed to do a Naruto run or something.
Yeah.
So 30 nerds rocked up and they stood at the gates, and the military said, "You can cross that line, we're gonna shoot you." And everyone just kind of sat there. It was like a weird, why? It was this weird thing where nothing happened, and you did a documentary about it with Netflix. I can't think of a more boring fucking.
No, and apparently it's really interesting. Wait, Storm Area 51. Like there was the Time magazine did the most iconic photos of that year of 2019, and I'm there storming Area 51.
That's Danny's claim to fame.
I'm gonna show you. It's a good photo. This is. I'm in there. Look, ready? This is iconic.
Oh wow! Rolling Stone as well. Impressive.
That's me, Fred. Fred, look, it's me. Fred, look. Fred.
Sam, your friend as well. So you're going to do another documentary on Street Fighter 2 or on a video game in Japan. And Sam, you call him Fat Sam. He's going to be a tour guide.
Well, we never called him Fat Sam. His name was Tikio Sam. You've just called.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean it that way.
Lost Sam.
No, TK Sam. So
no, we're doing so
right now. We're signed on to direct the Street Fighter movie. So we're developing Street Fighter right now, and then Michael went to Thailand and did some research.
That's that. But what you're talking about, we're doing a documentary on.
No, I can't say yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're working on something, but we're not allowed to talk about it yet. It's in the top secrets. So next question, Brad.
All right. So what's the next project after this one? What's the next one on the list?
Well,
our ADHD brains are like, we don't sleep, and it's like we're working on so many things right now. We have about 15 film and television ideas that we're working on.
All of them awful.
All of them awful. We got games, we got a comic, and we're like bouncing between everything and the videos. For our fans, we are still uploading. It just takes some time.
Right.
We've got like 3 videos we have to edit for Rackaracka that we've shot.
But I have finished a script for another horror movie called Bring Her Back, and I'd love to shoot that at, like ASAP. So let's see if we can get that one picked up. Come on, Fred. If this one does well, I think we might be able to do another one. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see, Fred. It's time to see,
Fred. Exciting times, surely. Do you still kind of, I guess after you filmed a big Rackaracka video, you feel kind of fulfilled after it's edited and it's gone out, just doing well views-wise. When do you think you're kind of feel that fulfillment for this video, this film? So talk to me.
Well, as soon as we got into Sundance, as soon as the screening happened, like every step of it was so exhilarating. Like the fact that we were on set with like professional like production designers and cinematographers, that was amazing. Pre-production was amazing. Production was amazing. Writing it was amazing. The post-production was amazing. Getting it screening for the first time was amazing. Like every step of it was so fulfilling and so rewarding. It was the best experience ever, hands down, baby. It was the best. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was very. It was tough though, and it was a lot of like roadblocks doing like the actual the shoot itself and stuff. But like getting into Sundance and then having all these companies interested, and then A24 coming to our hotel room and like pitching themselves to us. I was like, oh my God. They're like, we're A24 and this one. We're like, oh my God, we love these guys. Like, they didn't realize how big of fans we were of them, and our whole lives has been building towards wanting to make movies and stuff. And you couldn't really find a way in. And then from Sundance, all those doors just flew open, and it's like, what do you want to do next? And you got anything you can choose from. So it was like a overwhelming experience, like amazing. It still doesn't feel real. Like we're so grateful.
It is pretty cool. A24, definitely the A side. But during filming, how did you kind of assess the filming when it was actually going on compared to filming Rackaracka videos? Was there any difference in mood, character, messing around, or was it just all the same? Or you had to add
Oh my God. Yeah, I think we're about to release a video that shows the behind the scenes. We definitely still messed around. We're pretty like, the set was pretty loose. But it was we were really focused on character and story, and like we never really did that with Rackaracka. There was never any time, or I don't think anyone really cared about character or story in Rackavids.
There's no 3-dimensional characters in
Nerf Battle Free, right? Is that your... sorry. I was gonna go into a joke, but I lost it.
To have a nap.
I need a nap. No, yeah. So like there were certain days where we equipped the Racka energy. There were days where like we had to get like 30 shots in one day, and we'd only got 10 the day before. And so we had to like equip like a very crazy raw Racka energy. So there was days that felt very Racka, and then other days where it didn't feel like it. But yes, we always mucked around on set. I'm not gonna lie. It was very
we'll see that in the new video that's coming out on your channel.
Yeah, I think we'll do behind the scenes
video.
Well,
we had a friend video all the behind the scenes, like the entire shooting process.
Yeah.
We'll like just film everything. Film when everyone's mad, film when things are tense, film when they're going good. And we've edited them into like 5 videos, 1 per week. We can't put them all out. There's a lot of stuff that we're not allowed to show in them because of whatever reasons, but we're gonna put out some stuff like from behind the scenes.
Yeah. And there'll be one coming soon because A24 won't be the post on.
Yeah.
Whenever you get around to editing it. Come on, get to it. What's going on here?
Well, I mean, like, you've got us redoing poor Fred's, he wanted to move on too, but you just keep asking him to come back. This is the 4th time we've filmed this interview, guys.
4th and lucky. Do you think, are you happy this into Danny, or do you want to do it again in a few?
This is the second time.
I want to see this link for the first one.
It's so boring, and you're boring in it as well. You're like, I really want to take it on fight. That was so flat. Like Fred can't even remember the interview, and you're his favorite YouTuber. What does that say?
You look like a sardine when you just lay down like that.
Well, look, yes, Fred, I do thank you for doing the interview again. I had COVID and no sleep.
This interview, if you say
sponsored by Old Spice.
This interview is like it's not really an interview, is it? It's just
isn't it? Fred,
you're bounced off the walls right now. You need to peel it back a bit.
Okay.
I mean, you got 2 minutes until Fred.
Okay, Fred, do you want to ask us a nice, calm question? We'll answer it calmly.
And we apologize to the 3 people watching right now, not because of you, Fred, but because you're interviewing us.
3 people watching.
What did you just roast, Fred? What the fuck was that?
I said not because of Fred, because of us.
Fred, I'm sorry about
You're a boring subject. Okay, Danny. Yep. Yes.
1 minute 30. One more question. What have you got, Fred?
Let's ask a serious question. How would you like to be remembered?
We're not dying soon. The fuck?
Well, you look like you've been, you got some kind of
illness.
mortal illness right now.
Well, we want to make films that are remembered. We want to be remembered through our art. And Fred, maybe one day we'll get there.
What are you looking at? Why are you looking up there?
Maybe one day, Fred.
There's your serious answer to the serious question.
Very good. Very good. I'm impressed. Because also, when do I see you guys next? We got 1 minute left. When do I see you guys next?
How do you want to be remembered?
How do you want to be remembered, Fred? You fucking
as a good interviewer.
Oh, and a good boxer. I'm telling you, you can cross over. I can smell it.
all the way from Los Angeles. But I'll see you guys next in the screening.
Yes, you will. We'll hit you up. We'll keep you posted.
And we'll do another. Make sure to get another interview then, so we can review the film.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for taking the time, Fred. And we love your channel. Keep going, Fred. We believe in you.